Welcome back to Revenue and Margin, brought to you by Rob Malenik. Today I want to share a little bit about how a virtual CFO can effectively drive EBITDA improvement for your growing business. When most people think about finance, they think about accounting, taxes, compliance, very, very important items, yes, but a vCFO goes way beyond that. We sit at the intersection of strategy and execution, helping business owners unlock profitability hidden within your organization. The first way we impact EBITDA is through pricing and margin discipline. Many businesses don't realize that they're underpricing their products or failing to align expenses with ROI. The reasons for that can be very, very complex, but I believe most of it stems from a risk of loss of clients or a lack of confidence in their ability to effectively drive revenue growth. A vCFO builds that clear pricing model, evaluates customer profitability, and then ensures that every dollar of expense has a measurable return within the organization, thus forcing the organization to effectively grow. And a great example of that was at Bergen KDV. Bergen KDV hadn't effectively grown significant amounts of margin, and we're struggling to really see growth in 2019. I came on board with that organization and effectively drove that growth from a margin perspective throughout the organization by clearly controlling these items and supporting the rest of the organizational leaders to be able to show them why they needed to do this and how this is going to have a measurable impact. Plus, by using that additional margin to reinvest back into the business and grow that organization, we ended up actually part of also doing M&A, but also this effective strategy, using it to be able to effectively grow the organization and triple the company over 3 years. The second lever is operational efficiency. We analyze workflows and vendor contracts, technology spend, and staffing models to identify inefficiencies that erode margins. For example, we restructure vendor agreements or automating back office processes that can lift EBITDA without any top line growth. This seems really like why every organization does this, and I would argue that they don't effectively do this. They aren't really looking at it to the degree that you need to effectively drive that growth. A great CFO is going to be able to have that ability. A controller is going to control the expenses, but not necessarily look at it from a critical eye and make change happen. Third, we bring a forward-looking forecasting and scenario planning process. Instead of reacting to past results, a CFO will use tools like rolling forecasts, sensitivity analysis to help leadership make proactive business decisions. We can sometimes forecast exactly what's going to happen. If you continue on this current path, I can tell you exactly what's probably going to happen in 3 to 6 months. And that prevents costly surprises and ensures that cash is being deployed where it's going to generate the highest value within an organization. And finally, we do drive accountability across the organization. It was kind of a standing joke back in the Bergen KDV days that everyone was empowered, but Rob was held accountable. And I use that accountability to drive accountability within the rest of the company, because at the end of the day, if I was going to be held accountable, every other group was going to be held accountable indirectly. By setting clear financial KPIs and creating dashboards and aligning incentives, I was able to help ensure leadership teams stay laser focused on EBITDA improvement. The result, businesses not only see stronger profitability, but they gain confidence to reinvest, grow, and even prepare for M&A or capital raises. That growth of EBITDA allowed us to effectively go out there and be a very strong organization that was able then to effectively buy M&A deals, plus be able to take those M&A deals and utilize the same strategies we're using internally to take those M&A deals and to add additional value beyond the purchase price after acquisition. So if your company feels stuck at revenue plateau or struggles with profitability, a vCFO can be that catalyst to transform your numbers into real sustainable growth. Thank you for joining me again for Revenue Margin, brought to you by Rob Malenik. If you're interested in learning more about how a vCFO can unlock your EBITDA for potential within your business, let's connect soon. Hope to hear from you soon at the next podcast.